Hello everyone and welcome back to a bit of SD2, as today we're gonna go into a bit of a fun game that I had on the amazing The Final Battle mod with the Japanese fighting US Marines in Operation Downfall, last defense of the Japanese home islands here. And I played the Japanese forces here coming in earmarked for the home defense, whilst on the other side we have the 5th Marine Division, veterans of Iwo Jima, coming along, and the first recon plane of them immediately flies into a Key 100 here and gets shot down. We both played Vanguard. Maverick coming around. Key 84 bomber here tries to hit the invaders directly when they come onto the battlefield. Trying to get a bomb drop ongoing here. But he is too close to the target. They move too quickly, so they have to come around again. Trying to get a hit there with these 250 kilogram bombs in the Key 84. Beautiful plane. Amazing what this mod can do. And the bombs drop. Force an unload, but don't get the kill. Same happens over here. Whilst we have the first bigger units already coming along here. Anti-tank rifle team with a lot of rifles. And here we have the Hohai Shiki coming along. The Marines are the heavier division, especially the infantry has a lot more firepower, a lot more automatic rifles, but also the vehicles. The heaviest tanks on the side of the Japanese are Type 97 Shiha and Shihei tanks with maximum of 50 frontal armor and 90mm of pen. On the other side, we have Shermans with 19 penetration and 110mm frontal armor, and even the LVTs here. Those amphibious vehicles with a little cannon on top have the same penetration value. Bit lower rate of fire, so the Shiha has the advantage there, but in general, quite close. MGs here, holding off the enemy though. The defensive position works out so far. US Marine Pioneers getting pushed back. LVT gets pushed back as well here. 2 Brownings, 3 heavy MGs, 3 Browning light MGs here on this one. A big advantage of the Japanese is they have Fanatical on next to any unit. Even the planes have Fanatical so that they can keep on going even when they get stressed out. Only a couple of their units don't have this trait. And that means that they can just keep on fighting. They also means they struggle to surrender enemies, as that isn't allowed for units with Fanatical trait either. But yeah, especially on the planes, it's a nice advantage. But the US here, with US Marine Corps Pioneers pushing in, getting a lot of firepower onto the Buntai now. For now, it's a 12-12 situation still. Both sides entrenched. As the US Marines try to push forward here. We have a big recon squad with a Japanese kind of bazooka type of weapon, the Type 4, which they had as a anti-tank weapon built in late 1945 and had them set up for the defense of the home islands here. US Marine Corps Pioneers bar a lot of M1 Garants, M1 carbines, and TNT, so the firepower here a lot better than on the average Japanese units as well, but especially units like this, the Marine Stinger with a light machine gun and 3 automatic rifles, plus still more semi-auto rifles and some Thompsons. Like, that's way better than your average Japanese units, with this one already being one of their top level ones, with radar trait and so on, the Taishindan. And their average units more looking like this, with 1 automatic rifle and then a lot of bolt action rifles going along, but obviously also cheaper, so that they can get a numerical advantage here. Marine Stingers here getting pushed back, commando and security trait on these guys. As more and more units going forward. This mod in general is really fantastic. In the Western scenario, it has cool new British units with stuff there. And Wunderwaffen Germans with ME-262s and stuff like that. The Jagdtiger and other units like that, which can be 1945 special, but also obviously a lot of trash German units there versus more veteran infantry on the other side. And yeah, then we also have Soviet side, where you have IS-3s and T-44s around, and yeah, from Manchuria or from the Eastern Front, Battle for Berlin kind of scenario. So there are a lot of really cool divisions and new units as well, with full-on modeled skins as well. Like, this mod is fantastic, and I plan on covering it a bit more, because this is by far the most fun I had with Steel Division in a while, playing on the mod. I always looked forward to a real-time strategy game set in the Pacific, and on the land combat there as well. So having this in this mod and having it represented really damn well is amazing. So this is really, really nice. One big thing with the Japanese as well, though, they have a lot of units with these Type 89 hand mortars integrated in their squads, and those can deal a lot of HE damage. So that's kind of the way how they can get surprising amounts of HE damage. This one only has smoke, but it has flamethrowers next to it, so for CQC that's pretty nice as well, obviously. Well, it's M51's coming in, Sherman's coming in, the M3 gun here pushing forward, Type 94 75mm gun trying to get some hits here, not finding them just yet. LVT A4 falling back, but yeah, hitting the key 100 here. 50 cults doing a lot of stress. We're getting it out of here before it dies, as you can see. Already trailing black smoke, so it needs to disengage. Meanwhile, over here, the M3 gun has a line of sight, gets a kill on 3 transports. That's obviously pretty brutal, so new reinforcements have to come in. The Key 84 here comes in with the bombs, gets some kills, but F4F on the other side does the same. Good old Corsair looking absolutely fantastic in this model as well. Well, it's both planes make it out alive. Key 84 fighter, the HE comes in too late here. Great weapon damage on this one. 230mm, 220mm, good speed as well. Key 84 was a fantastic fighter. Just hindered by production numbers, obviously, fuel and pilot skills on the Japanese sides. Outside of that, one of the few planes in that the Japanese had in 1984 that 1945 that actually could keep up with what the Allies had on the battlefield. Taishin Dan coming in here. Our sniper gets overrun by a lot of US Marines here. Tries its best to hold them back, but will go down eventually here. Whilst the infantry down here gets pinned down as well. Still a 12-12 situation. Whilst the big Japanese push is setting up here in the north. Some of their better infantry pushing forward. Shiheis holding the line, as there is a Sherman now on the battlefield. More 20mm AA guns coming along. The Type 1 AT gun pushing back the Marines here. 3 bars and a bazooka, so the baseline Marines pretty strong already as well. 12-12 situation does continue. 1 point captured here, 1 point captured here, as the Marine Stingers come along in the north in another LVT. And yeah, frontline so far relatively frozen in. We will see a good couple of other fancy units in this, so don't you worry, guys. This game will heat up a lot, as we have more Type 1s coming along here. The Shihei on the way. But currently, both sides get ready for the next phase of combat. And B phase is where the income explodes for both sides as well, with the Maverick income, 170 points per minute. And where most of the fancy stuff is in the decks as well. The Zogeki sniper rifle team coming in here as well. Flamethrowers holding off the assault pioneers. Getting some good damage there. Getting a good kill. Whilst the US Marine Corps pioneers get pushed back by the Taishin Dan. Getting good damage on there. Ohei Bishiki coming along here. More Taishin Dan moving up to the front line. Let's we have a couple of MGs here. The 20mm AA guns are kind of the best we got here. Corsair coming in with a big bombing run onto all these Type 97s. Getting 1 kill, getting good damage on the others. The Sherman got overrun here. So these guys now try to capture a territory. 1311 achieved. Well, it's Hohei Shiki here, moving around, trying to get some kills here on the vehicles that were spotted. M15 pushing back the Key 100. Marines have a bazooka, so the Type 1s have to be careful there. Line of sight so far still not quite given. The Hoheis here trying to get on top with the AT grenade. Managed to do so and blow the thing up. Whilst we have more Type 1s here moving around. He's trying to get some hits out. The Hohei Shiki in building versus the Marines, both sides here engaging. As the Type 1 Shihei tries to come around, tries to salvage the situation, gets good amount of damage out there with its triple Type 97 MGs, but gets shot from the rear here. The Sherman's coming along, getting a kill. Marines get pushed back, but will stay alive, can't be captured. And here we come to the really cool units, and the big wave is coming in. So yeah, first of the real big memes coming towards the battlefield now. Whilst Shermans move forward, Marines with flamethrowers coming up as well. In another LVT. And yeah, big reinforcements on the Japanese side as well. As this is one of the few units... Oh no! They actually, I guess, can surrender. That was not the case back in the day. As the Hohei Bishiki come along here, pushing forward. Sherman deals with the Type 1 AT gun, as it doesn't have the penetration on that range. Type 99 88mm gun coming along as a makeshift AT gun to some extent as well. And we have a lot of infantry setting up for the fight in this forest, whilst the big counterattack comes up in the north. Bomber with recon plane coming along again. Spotting most things here. Key 84 dropping its bombs. Gets decent damage out. Whilst the Key 100 comes up behind the Corsair and can kill it. Then falls back. F4U Corsair goes down to a Key 84 as well. M15 trying to get the kill there, but it has 0 vet, so accuracy is not quite good enough, and it pushes it back here. Getting good damage on it. US Marine Corps M3 gun going down as more units here enter the battlefield. Type 2 Hoei coming in. That's the tank with a big gun, but only heat shells here with decent penetration. Has 55 frontal armor, 12 rounds per minute. AP shells though, only 45 pants, so only good against the landing boats. Not so great against Shermans. As Type 97 here goes down against the Sherman. Sherman there holding the line nicely, and here come the most important unit here, the boomsticks. And these have a pretty special trait that is tank hunter, and that means they get 150 extra speed when they are with, and can't be suppressed when they are within 250 meter range of an enemy tank. So these guys absolutely sprint on towards tanks once they get close enough. And if the enemy's tanks aren't immediately moving away, they will get hit quite quickly here. So yeah, big wave coming in, a lot of infantry behind it as well. A lot of these 15-man squads that also have forehand mortars, so that's what I was talking about earlier. These guys have a lot of HE output, so this is the big wave here, trying to clear this forest. 1410 currently already ongoing. Yes, this flag has been recaptured. Northern has been captured for now as well, but there is a big counterattack brewing there. So a couple of these guys, these boomstick guys coming around. They also have a bit more than 1 hit point, so they are not as easy to kill as a normal one-man guy. Marine Stingers here trying to deal damage, similar to how like flamethrowers work, where they have 4 hit points instead of the 2 hit points that actually show up. So the 2-man flamer squads actually are a good bit more tanky than they look. Type 99, 88mm coming around here once more. This is the only gun with decent pen. 140mm can stop a Sherman. But these guys here now try to move forward, get hit. We have seen the LVT, we have seen some other units behind it. As the other units here now will come around with the mortar fire. And there we go. Mortar fire coming out and eliminating the ranger, eliminating the airborne leaders here as well. Smoke fire did work out here to get these guys through. Key 84s trying to hold off the enemy and doing a pretty good job there. F4U Corsair goes down. Key 84 is pretty low, but he is making it out. So last couple smoke plumes come up there. And yeah, the infantry pushes through. Smoke comes up. US Marine Corps has to fall back in front of the Banzai charge, as these guys just coming through the smoke. Cutting through there. A lot of Marines and Flamers get sent in there to try to deal with it. Type 94 artillery piece coming along, trying to help out here, stunning down enemies. Whilst the units in the north are in a lot of danger. The Hohei Bishiki on the fire, Marine Flamers still have 3 bars and a flamethrower. Get on top of these guys and start to pin them down. Job done now. Now they only need to finish them off and get rid of them all. Whilst Key 84s and Key 100s come along. The infantry units here are ready to push deeper. Tokotai moved around. A lot of these guys here now trying to hit the Marine Stingers, doing good damage there. The firepower of 4 of them is pretty absurd. Hitting the light vehicles here now as well with the mortar fire. But there comes the Corsair. And it doesn't drop. Last second, AA stops it from dropping. That would have been devastating. Corsair gets pushed back, but instead gets replaced by a super fortress. 18 450 kilogram bombs on the way downwards now. And there we go. So, yes, the Japanese have some cheesy infantry units. Yes, they have the boomsticks, but the US has super fortresses, so you have to be damn careful on how you move against them as well. As Marine Powers here holding the line as well with Bazooka. The boomsticks didn't get on top of the Shermans and have to fall back. Get to a better position. AT gun here. Trying to get a kill here onto this infantry units. Is able to do so. Defensive line still holds 14-10. No 15-9 going on. No quick take. There we go again. A lot of infantry coming up north. As more light tanks follow right behind. And the US will win this in the long run when they can use the bombers like that. As just have to get high enough numbers there. But the question is, will that be able to be achieved here? We have a B5N2 coming along here as well. Originally just a torpedo bomber. It can be equipped with heavy bombs as well. And drops a 500 kilogram bomb down onto the enemy here. Gets hit by a lot of AA. But the 500 kilogram bomb is landing, is doing a good stun. And the Tokotai here trying desperately to get on top of the enemy vehicles. But they get killed off just before getting in touching distance here against the M43. The other Tokotai falling back now, trying to disengage as the Shermans push forward again. All the Shinpei here immediately stunned down as well. 59 goes on for now. 9 minutes till victory. There's more Type 97 Shikai coming in. Solid little tank gun. Marines moving around. Tokotai under fire. F5A moving around. LVT kills the Hohai Bishiki. LVT2 supply moving around. Marines coming up. Marine Flum coming up as well. F5A going down. That's a lot of Shinpei come around here. On the north did recover. Those are just normal 21 men squads. A lot of Type 97s coming in with a bit of artillery support. As the infantry over here still holds the line nicely. And the Tokodai tries to get on top of these LVTs, but the 50mm mortar already kind of do the job here. A lot of their fire here landing on the LVT. Bomber kills a 50 cal. Key 84 hay moves around as well. Type 97 coming around. Hiretsu Buntai getting the kill there. Doing a good job. Well, it's a lot more Tokotais, a lot more Shinpeis coming in here, just desperately trying to get through the enemy in the north. But always wary about a potential super fortress coming around again. Marines pushing in here with a Sherman with a 75mm gun. Moving up the hill. 20mm AA guns trying to hold the defense. Type 97s surprisingly close. Marines get just shredded here in a second. Exactly. As the M4 comes around, another big Corsair with two 200kg and 230kg bombs coming along. Key 100s and Key 84s going in for strafing runs here. Getting pushed back as well. Type 97 goes down. Planes getting out alive. B5N2 coming in here too. Paramarine trying to push forward. Shinpei versus the triple vet even Paramarine, but with the numbers they are actually able to do it. It's the Marine Paras here. Gets stunned down by the tank as well. More is needed there. F4F and the B5N fall back. 12-12 situation is achieved. As another super fortress drops its payload on top of all of this, and this is a lot of lead coming down and kills everything but the Type 97. Oh, it's Type 2 Hoi holds the line there. A lot of CQs, Tokotais here coming along again. Shinpei flamethrower units coming around as well. Potentially trying to get in there in the north, but there are now a good couple of Shermans, good couple of tanks. LVTs and Shermans under fire. The Type 97 is the loser there though. Whilst more units are necessary for the direct south. Shinpei coming up with numbers. No real artillery. B5N. Good payload. Not a great airplane. Bomb does drop here now. Onto the US Marine Corps Pioneers. And will get the kill there. Will get the flag back. Will get the 1410 back with that. 59 is the goal here to really get this going quick. But for now, This is kinda okay as well. Nice, 1410 does continue. M3, M4A3, 75mm coming forward here. Well, we have a lot of LBT units here. Still pushing on. The infantry heavily reduced though on both sides now, as we are in sea phase. Income is low, so what is on the battlefield has to kind of do it. The Type 99 AT gun, or a gun with AT capabilities, killing off a Sherman. That is pretty big as well. Keeps on pushing forward. Whilst up north we have a massive amount of forces here. Toko Tai going down. Marines in the middle desperately keep on pushing. 1311 going on. It's, yeah, the Marines here just shredding through the Japanese light infantry here. A lot of MG fire all around the board. K84 getting nearly shut down. LVT moving around. B-25 bomber dropping a big payload in the north here, as everything is pretty stacked here, so everybody desperately tries to scramble, but good damage towards the Tokotai and the Shinpei here. Will get back out alive. Artillery with the Type 89 150mm coming in now too. On the other side, some more Bofors and more bombers, as the F4F Corsair comes on in on top here, deals decent damage, doesn't really finish anything off big time. But Guretsu both sides heavily pinned down. She actually finishes it quicker. That's kind of surprising, as more artillery guns come around in the rear here. And Bofors and Co here just holding the line in the rear. Marine Paras against a lot of Tokotai. That should be easy. And then just onward from there, as they can't fight back. So more infantry would be needed. The Type 99 A gun / AT gun there doing a good job. Engaging in the next Sherman leader even. And gets the kill there once more. More infantry coming up here, trying to help with this. A plane goes up in flames in the sky. Marine Para under good fire here. Will get killed off, but 1311 goes back to 1212 here. As both units here pushing forward. The low income here really means that everything dying is really, really hard, if not impossible, to replace. As we have an M15 here rolling forward towards the Japanese defensive line. More of these mortars coming along. Shinpei coming in, and the Banzai Chargers are attempted to continue in the north. Type 97 Shihakai trying to engage the 75mm German. Fails to do so effectively, but at least pushes it back here for now. Lots more LBTs and Shermans come towards the front line here now. But the infantry support issue is a big one here on the red side here. The US Marine Corps is desperately running out of infantry. Marines down here in the center going down as well. There is still 2 Marines left, or a full Marine squad actually left here, but that doesn't help as much in that position. As the Tokotai together with the Flamers could clean that northern forest, but that is a tough one. Marine Paras trying to engage the Tokotai, fails to do so far, and Or at least finish it off. Whilst more bombers coming around, E5 and 2s do their job, drop their bombs and get back home. As we have some recon squads down here. Key 84 strafing again a bit, realizing that there is not much enemy air around. There is still a decent amount of AA though, decent amount of 50 cal, stand to bow force, holding the line relatively nicely. 12-12 situation does continue. Whilst we have another Mitchell bomber, so unfortunately a lot of 60 kilogram bombs, so that one gets pushed back as well. That's Jinpei under fire. Kohai Kajak could come forward for smoke, gets pinned down immediately though. Instead, whilst the Tokotai here gets pushed back. Now one more final push to take the north of Tokotai and more infantry in front. Artillery coming around, Key 84 under attack, and we have good amount of forces out. Shifa and artillery holding the line here. A lot more of these infantry units rolling in, just desperately trying to push through here, trying to get this formation to break. Artillery isn't really able to do it. Air has troubles to get through, so it is down to AT guns and infantry to maybe do the job, get the point here. Super Fortress once more. Where did it drop? Okay, actually just a line. Not able to finish off anybody. As the whole comes around and no enemy infantry have been bored in a while. Okay, there will come a couple more marines, but slow transports, LVTs are decent firepower, but they're pretty damn slow. Whilst Schwerfeld, the Type 94 unit coming around here. Well, it's the HE bomber trying to get the target. Gets pushed back here again. As the big blob has arrived in the north now. And the infantry can just set up to push forward here and try to sweep through. LVT here coming along. Pushing in. Bowforce setting up on the defense. M3 gun coming along. Getting hit. Shinpei moving up. Type 97 Shiha trying to push through here. Shinpei trying to get the flank, and the US Marine Corps is falling apart on the flank. Marine 45 get overwhelmed. There is a new Sherman, but the numbers are collapsing here. 550 remaining. Big attack can still come up here. Type 97 goes down. Big bomber aircraft run onto the Marines, the LVTs, and the recon here. Bombering run gets a good hit. Bombers will drop their bombs here as well. As I said, they only fall back. They don't, well, if you order them, and otherwise they can go on forever. They miss the M4A3 here though. Accuracy is not great. Another B5N comes in and gets a good hit on the Paramarines. Doesn't quite get the kill there, but good damage. Shihakai here in trouble. 12-12 goes on. Units set up to assault in the north. Artillery coming around as well. Sherman here with some giant shot potential, gets the Shinpei stunned down. LVT 4 late, with a lot of firepower towards these guys as well. And there comes a good hit on the Marines here once more. Artillery, the 150mm, getting good damage done. But still no tick changes here lately. So the US get outnumbered here and run out of steam. They still have a decent air force, but the K-84s are around as well. Good bombing run there. As more light tanks come around, Marine flamethrowers trying to move forward. But there is a good recon unit here as well. Engages against the Marine flame, but these units here are on a fast command. So get unloaded over here and stun down these guys real quick. Artillery tries its best there as we have the big push in the north. The big overrun move to get this out. And there's only 2 LVTs and a Marine power that has run out of bar ammo. There's just too much stuff here. Sherman in trouble as well. Yes, it doesn't have anything in front of it. LVT goes down. The spam of 50mm mortars will likely get the kill there as well. Good damage. Not quite getting there, but more units coming up. 75mm guns coming along again as well. But there is no point behind this. Directly there is one really far in the rear. Still wouldn't be a 59. As the units push through though. More hits here. Sherman does hold out. And Reeve did surrender at that moment. As yeah, we had the KD. And if we have a look here, good ambushes there with the M3 gun. Actually getting a lot of transport. That was quite annoying. The Marines and the Shermans did hold out nicely as well. The Super Fortress is a dangerous beast. And then on the other side, the losses, one of these Hawaii Bishiki coming along. The Ki-84s did a good job as well. Type 88 getting a good couple of Shermans and some aircraft, even an M50. Yeah, and the here getting an M15 killed, helping out as well with the aircraft spam. Outside of that, nothing really particularly crazy. But yeah, I hope you enjoyed this. I really enjoy this mod. As I said, I will likely play a good bit more of it. It's a fantastic mod. I like both the Japanese stuff, especially that. The other stuff is pretty cool as well, though. And yeah, leave it some love. Play it yourself, guys, and see you in the next one.